Hi, everyone. It's Nadine Gilkison. We're ready on this beautiful Monday to get started with virtual PD. And my first guest today is actually Tyler Tarver, and I'm really excited. As you're joining the stream, if you will pop in your name, where you're from, and what you teach, that would be great for Tyler and I to know as we get going with this morning. So Tyler and I actually met at the Google Innovator Academy in New York City around October, and he's a ball of energy, great guy. He does lots of great things on YouTube, and so he was the perfect person for me to ask about coming on to present today. So without further ado, I'm going to let Tyler give us a little bit more of an intro about himself.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nadine. You are so awesome to let me come on to your channel and chat with people about YouTube education and stuff. I appreciate you a lot. I just want you to know that. I appreciate you a lot. And so my name is Tyler. I am the Dean of NLC College, always repping. And I've been a high school math teacher. I've been a principal. I've been a central office administrator. I've done a lot of stuff in, K-12 and then now also higher ed. And I just love education, and I love educating as many people as I can. And I found YouTube is a great resource for me to do that. So I want to talk to you guys today about a couple different ways to utilize YouTube. I know when people hear like, I want to use YouTube in the classroom, it's like, oh no, but I don't want to put my face out there for the world. I get it, okay? I'm going to show you some ways to put your screen out there for the world, but also even if you don't want to record anything, how to still curate an amazing YouTube channel for your students, because it's like the greatest learning resource in the history of the world, and we want to use it. So before we get going, I'm going to share my screen and share the presentation. So if you want to go ahead and jump in on that, I think Nadine's got the link to the presentation if you want to jump in. Before we do this, I want you to know.
I'll pop it in here really quick.
Okay, sweet. Any questions you guys have, anything I say that you want me to elaborate on, please tell me. Because I know what I know. I don't know what you don't know. So I want to know what you want to know. So tell me. I'd rather answer questions the whole time, but I'm going to start with the guided presentation. So I'm going to share my screen and we'll get rolling. Oh, we're already doing it. Look at that. I love it. Inception. Okay, so now does that look better?
Yeah, I was just going to say, yeah, when you go into present mode, that looks really good.
Incredible. Wow. Look at this. Look what we've done. That's my logo. It's not a real school, Tarver Academy. That's what's up. Okay, so if you want to join the presentation, the link is in there, but also you can go to bit.ly/YouTube4Life, okay? And that's all lowercase. So you're thinking to yourself, well, Tyler, so you put up a couple YouTube videos. How are you supposed to tell me about YouTube? Just so you know, like I've been doing YouTube for education for around, I think it's 12 years now. I've been putting educational YouTube videos up. I've got every lesson for everything in geometry. I've got thousands of math videos, Google videos, all this other rando stuff. Some of it people watch, most of it people don't. So I've made a lot of content and made a lot of mistakes. So that's kind of where I've learned a lot from. I've got 2 channels on YouTube. One of them, it's actually changed from what that graphic says. One of them has about 36,000 subs. The other has, I think, just under 30,000. So that's fine. It's whatever. Who cares about me? Let's talk about you. So before we get started, I'm not going to go through like step-by-step tutorials of everything, but I do want to show you that I have a resource that is video tutorials for anything you want to do on YouTube, but also pretty much anything Google for education. So this doc, but I'm going to show you my website because I'll tell you why when I get there. So if you click that link, or you just go to tarveracademy.com/Google. I've got resources in here for these are all video tutorials if you click them. And I've got one on YouTube right here. So these are all how to do things on YouTube. So if there's anything you want to know how to do, click the link. It'll go to a video I made walking you through step-by-step how to do that. So that resource is there, tarveracademy.com/Google. For the small, phenomenal fee of $200,000 a month, you can get access. I'm kidding. It's free. It's free. So if you want that, great. You're more than welcome to check out as soon as I start talking. But if not, here we go. So I want to talk about YouTube. And before we get started, I want to talk about the scope of YouTube. YouTube is a social media network. A lot of people don't consider it social media, but it is. It has community there. It has people that like follow their friends, that communicate with others. It is a social media platform, okay? It is the largest attention social media platform in the world. The number one visited website in the world is Google. I'm sorry. The number one searched website in the world is Google. Second is YouTube. So people are using YouTube as a resource to learn. And as educators, that's kind of our bread and butter, is helping students learn. So keep that in mind. It is a learning resource. While there is a lot of junk on there, there's a whole lot more great stuff that people can learn from. To give you an idea of the scope, every minute over 300 hours of video is uploaded to YouTube. Think of like the span of human existence, how much information's been processed and put out there. This is how much is happening every like minute on YouTube. It's insane. It has over 1.3 billion users, which is a third of the internet. Top creators earn upwards of $20 million a year. Have you guys ever heard of, okay, in the comments, tell me your favorite YouTube channel or YouTuber to follow. I'll tell you my oldest son's favorite is Ryan's Toy Review. Have you guys ever heard of Ryan? Have you heard of him, Nadine?
Yes, of course.
Oh my goodness. His mom is like, Ryan. So every time my kids are watching, I walk by and I'm like, Ryan.
Oh.
As a parent.
There you are.
Yeah. So whenever my son just walked in, he's shaking his head. He's like, no, it's not. He likes Mr. DeMayo now. I'm sorry, Titus. Ryan. Yeah, exactly. The 7-year-old Ryan, he made about, I think, $25 million last year. And a lot of people are like, oh, that's crazy. That's too much money. Okay, before you say they're making too much money, I want to counter with YouTubers are underpaid. And here's why. Think of how much money celebrities get paid to endorse products on TV commercials. Now, think of the last time you watched a TV commercial, the Super Bowl, right? And the time before that was the other Super Bowl. It's the only time we watch commercials. We go to where attention is. That's what marketers pay money for. People are paying attention to YouTube. Anytime somebody makes an investment in a YouTuber, they are knowing exactly the audience they're speaking to. So that's going to come into play later as we talk about your classroom. But just know those YouTubers have more influence with their audience than any actor has ever had with their audience ever, okay? It's the reason Will Smith is now a YouTube vlogger, okay? It's because he realizes the power of that platform. So there you go. Over half of YouTube's views are on mobile. That's way over half now. It reaches more 18 to 49-year-olds than any cable network. It's the new TV. Cable TV, cable television, traditional television, that's now the radio from 50 years ago, and YouTube is now TV. And it's all thanks to Janet Jackson, Justin Timberlake. There was some situation, I don't know the details, but something happened, and a guy that worked at PayPal missed it, and everybody was talking about it, and he was trying to find it on the internet, and he was like, there should be a place where people can go and watch videos. So we started YouTube. Thanks a lot, JT. YouTube Premium. If you ever hear somebody refer to YouTube Premium, it used to be called YouTube Red. That is the paid service that YouTube has where you can pay every month to not get ads. I know a lot of teachers are worried about playing a YouTube video in their classroom because they're scared of what the ad could say. And they don't want it to be like, hey, check out this new medical pill. And they don't want to play that in their class. If you pay $10 a month, you get YouTube Premium, and it takes away all the ads. And also you get a ton of other stuff that we don't have time to talk about. But if you want, hit me up and message me. I'll share with you why you should use it because it's awesome. YouTube.
The difference between Spotify paying the $10 versus paying the YouTube Premium. I hadn't really seen that comparison, so that's good.
Oh yeah, and it actually, their music used to be called Google Play, which now they're shifting it all to that third one, which is YouTube Music.
Okay.
So that's where all their music is. And this is a fun fact. Out of all the music streamed across the internet, Spotify, Apple, everything, 49% of all music streamed is from YouTube. That's a fun fact. So you want to think Spotify is the biggest music? Not even close. It's YouTube owns half the market. So just a fun fact, a little fun fact for you. If you hear anybody talk about YouTube TV, that's just the paid version of YouTube bringing streaming services into their app, and it is awesome. So you should check it out. Okay, you should download the YouTube app to your phone and or iPad. You should download the YouTube Music app. Even if you don't do YouTube Premium, you should download those two. And then Google Play, don't even worry about that one anymore because, like I said, they're in the process of shifting everything over. So just download those first two for show. All right, now let's get into the meat and potatoes. In the comments, let me know if you've heard anything that surprised you or that you disagree with. That's what I would love to hear. And then start thinking of questions, especially right now, because I want to really talk about these two modes, creation versus curation. Every website on the internet can be funneled into curation or creation. Either that website makes content that they want people to see, or they find and deliver good content and give somebody a location to view that. Facebook. Let's think of Facebook. When was the last time you went to Facebook and you were like, oh, Facebook, I want to go see the new Facebook video that Facebook made? No, they are curating content from people across the internet. So when you sign on to Facebook and you see a video your aunt filmed of your nephew running around the yard, that's curating. Facebook is curating that content from your aunt, and they are trying to give you something that you want to see on their platform, okay? So creation is whenever a website goes in and they make all their own content and they put it on their website. So I say that to say, when you create a YouTube channel, as you're hearing me talk about YouTube, and if you're like, I'm never going to create a video to put on YouTube, that's fine. You can still have an amazing resource for your students by just curating good content and finding good stuff that's going to add them value and then organizing it on your YouTube channel. Okay? So that I'm laying that out there as the overarching view of this. If I want to talk about why I started making YouTube videos, because I've got, like I said, thousands of YouTube videos out there, I started making them because whenever I was teaching, I taught a class at our alternative learning school, 1 period a day. And it was split up to where I had to teach all these random different maths at the same time. And I can't teach algebra 1, algebra 2, geometry, algebra connections, algebra A, algebra B, all at the same time. So what I would do is I filmed myself in the classroom during my prep teaching math videos. This video is from, what is this? 2009 is when I uploaded it. That's disgusting. Look at that haircut. I had like a mullet starter kit. Awesome. Hiding it with a Hurley hat. Yeah, very 2009 this video is. So I would make these videos and then I would upload them. This is how long ago this was. I would upload them to those old iPods with the scrolly wheel. You remember those?
Yeah.
Remember those scrolly? If you had a scrolly wheel iPod, please let me know in the comments, okay? In the live chat. Let me know if you had one. You scroll the wheel and you would upload a chapter. I would upload a chapter at a time. And then my geometry students would watch me teaching and work through the book while I taught algebra the first half of the class and algebra 2 the second half. And so it's how I was able to teach essentially an extra subject at the same time as teaching another subject. So I used it as a necessity. And then when YouTube came out, I was like, oh, this is convenient. I can just upload all these videos here. That's what I did. And now I'm able to help millions of students around the world learn math concepts or whatever it is I'm teaching, as opposed to just the 150 I got the chance to teach during the year. So it's like I'm being less selfish. It's not like I'm saying, hey, look at me. It's saying I want to be less selfish and allow any student who might connect with me more than their teacher, I want to help them out. If you've ever made a YouTube video and put it on the internet, I want to know in the live chat, what are some of the interesting comments you get during the day? I'll tell you mine. Here are the top 3 comments I get across my videos. Either 1, they say, thank you, I appreciate it. I've been looking for how to learn this. 2, they're bashing their teacher, which I don't ever take credit for, like teaching better. I'm always like, well, your teacher gave you 45 minutes of like the front loading of everything, and then I just kind of carried it across the finish line. And the 3rd thing is they like to make fun of my accent, because apparently I've got a Southern accent is what people say. I don't know. I don't hear it. I think the way I talk the way everybody's supposed to talk, but it's fine. It's not a big deal. I'm just kidding. But those are my main comments I get. So I started uploading there, and it just made it easier for my students to find my content and get access to it. And then I found out it started helping students everywhere. So Also, a fun fact, when you upload videos to YouTube, you can go back a decade later and regret your hair choices. So here's a really solid example of I was doing a purple on purple shirt combo. I don't understand it. I don't know the reason behind it, and I apologize for it. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. I'm very sorry. So let's start at the basics. I want to start at the basics of creating a YouTube channel and how we might curate that channel to help our students in our classrooms. So first off, go to youtube.com. You're probably already watching this there. If that's fine, create another account or another tab if you need to. But on youtube.com, it looks a little different than this. It's fine. Different browsers look different. But in the upper right-hand corner, that's where you can see if you have an account. Now, if you have a Gmail account, your YouTube account will be attached to that. Okay, so you don't have to go in and create a separate thing. You just have to have a Gmail account. A lot of teachers ask me if they're going to start uploading content for their students, should they do it under their school email account or their personal Gmail account? My recommendation is if you're creating content for your students, put it on your personal Gmail account. Okay, create your own personal Gmail, attach your YouTube channel to that, and upload it there. And the reason is, believe it or not, someday you will not be working at that district. Whether you transfer districts or you retire or whatever happens, at some point in your life, you will no longer be working there. So whenever you leave a district, districts start filtering out old accounts, and that means that your content will not be able to help students around the world anymore. So upload to yours, and then that way you can keep it as long as you think it's helping people. And then that's what I recommend. Now, if your students are making content, I would try putting it on a school, like attaching it to a school email account and putting it on a school page. That's what I would recommend. If they're doing it and uploading it to yours. A lot of students are going to want to put it on their own YouTube channel, to be honest with you. But if you click in the upper right-hand corner, that's where you can sign in and create an account. Okay, the next thing. We want to be on websites that add us value or that we can learn something from. There's only two reasons people watch a YouTube video, is because it's entertaining or it's educating them. So the best videos do both, but that's the only reason anybody watches a video, is because of one of those two things. So the thing we want to do is we want to find people and stuff that we like on there so we can start seeing content that adds us value or entertains us. So to do that, the term, and I know you've heard this, don't forget to like and subscribe. Y'all ever heard that on a YouTube channel? To subscribe to a channel, you can do that from the channel. So like, here's an example of like what my channel looks like. And then, but you can also do it under video. So say you watch a video and you're like, wow, this is really good content. I would like to be able to find this content later. Underneath the video, and I can show you that right here. Underneath the video, let's see, right here. See right here, this little guy, this little chicken nugget? I'm already subscribed, so it says subscribed. But if you're not, I'll unsubscribe real quick. It'll be this red button. You just click that, boom, you are now subscribed to a channel. That's it.
Tyler, we have a question. I'm going to post it on there, but I'll read it to you. It says, a teacher has issues with not being able to access their YouTube because of something dealing with a brand account. Is this because I did not use my personal email and I used the school email instead? Yes, that's what I would assume. Their administrators for different organizations can set limitations on people creating and doing things like starting groups, YouTube channels, all that. So that's what that is. So you'll need to create a personal one to start uploading it there more freely. Okay. That's what I thought too, but I wanted to have you answer it. Okay. Well, you would have said it better. I'll tell you that right now. No. So that's a great question. Any more questions, throw them in. I would rather answer questions all day, but if not, I'll just keep rambling about YouTube. So whenever we're in here, let's say you want to subscribe. You can do that from under the video, or you can go to someone's channel. If you see like say you see a video and you want to look at it closer, to go to their channel, underneath the video, you see the little circle? That's their profile. You can click the circle or their name, and it'll take you to their channel. This is my other channel, not my education one. But let's go to my education one. That's better. Beep, 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 beep. So there we go. So you can go to someone's channel. This is what my channel looks like. This is what, any channel is going to look like. They'll have a trailer video and then playlists underneath. And you can be like, do I like this? Do I want to subscribe to it?
all of it. So let's actually, I want to break off from the presentation. I just want to go through this with you guys to kind of navigate a YouTube channel. And there's one feature that you won't see people talk about that I really want to show you that I think is super awesome. So Crash Course. You ever heard of Crash Course? It's an education channel. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's say you want to go and just search Crash Course videos. A lot of people would just go to YouTube and they'd say like American Revolution, Crash Course. And that's a good way to find it. But if you go to someone's channel and you want to search just within their channel, you can do that. So I'm on a channel. Do you see over here where it's got home, videos, playlist, all that stuff? I'm going to keep going. Do you see the magnifying glass right here? You can click that and you can search just within someone's channel. Because like I've got 1,500 videos on this channel. If you are like, I want to learn about slope, you can do that and it will only search within my channel on videos about slope. So that's a good little thing that not a lot of people know about, that is super helpful for teachers, because as teachers, we want to find good content, but for our students, but the problem is we don't want to like share a video that has like a cuss word in it or something inappropriate. So once you find a channel that you know is like on brand with what you want for your students, that's clean content, it's quality content, you can just search within their channels. So that's something you won't see a lot of places.
And we're getting comment. People are saying that they really love the fact that you shared that one.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's something I found. And I just, because when I find a good channel, it's like, I know I can use their resources and my students love it. And plus, I'll tell you this too. This is a fun fact just about the way Gen Z is hardwired. They can build connections to people that they never meet in real life. So there are YouTubers that they view as best friends that they've never met in real life. That's just a fact. Okay. So when you find a channel, what I encourage you to do, if you find somebody that you like, start a rapport with your students about that channel. And it's almost like you're building community with your students through that channel. So like there was a teacher that out of Boston, and she used my videos for math, and she always joked. She would say that I was her math son, and that like she would teach the material, and then I would be like a supplementary resource. And she'd be like, if you want, you can learn from my math son Tyler. And she would joke around with it, and then every now and then, like she would actually video in, and like I would do like a live video with her class, and we would all communicate. And the students loved it because they're watching me for hours throughout the week. And so it's like they get to see me in real life as well. And it's just students love that kind of interaction. And I'll tell you this, most education YouTubers are pretty cool, and they will actually do live videos with your class if you ask them to. So that's just something that you can throw out there that students love. Cool. So navigating this page, if you go in here, you can click home. If you click on videos, I always do this when I go view a new channel because it lets me see how active they are. You can see like 3 days ago, I uploaded the 2 reasons people stop watching online videos. And you can see how often they post. Some education channels you go to and you click on it and they haven't uploaded in a few years. Well, that lets you know, okay, they're probably not going to have new content coming out. So if they don't have it, they're not going to have it in the future. It's like what they have is what I can get. Playlists are great, which we're going to talk about playlists here in a second. Anything else, this stuff you don't really need to know about. About's a good place to see if you want to know like who they are and what they stand for, stuff like that. So there you go. And on the right, a lot of people put featured channels. So these are people that like I recommend or know. And just so you have links to them, Tom Ritchie is a great YouTuber for history. He's awesome. I've done a couple interviews with him for my podcast. Yay Math is another math YouTuber that's really cool. And I've talked to him. He's great. Tyler DeWitt Science. Patrick JMT is a super popular math YouTuber. And then Mr. DeMayo, I've met him. I filmed him. My son loves his education videos. They're like for younger kids. And I actually met him at a conference and he filmed like a hello video of my son. It was a really cool experience. My kid loved it. Because like I said, he built a connection with Mr. DeMayo through his videos. And now Mr. DeMayo is saying hello to him by name. And he loved it. So that's just something fun. Now, I'm doing a giveaway. I talked to Nadine and she approved this. This is pre-approved. To practice subscribing, I want you to subscribe to 2 channels, okay? So subscribe to Nadine's channel, which you're on right now. So subscribe under the video. So that'll help you practice that. And then I want you to go subscribe to my channel. Whatever. I'm sorry. We just used the channel, random channel. And it just happened to be me. And so I'm going to show you how to do that and how to navigate it. So I started an incognito window on YouTube. When you search, so let's search Tarver Academy. I'm going to show you how to differentiate between videos that you search for. So when I search that, okay, before you do anything, if you see a circle, that is a channel. Okay, so it's going to show me this is a channel. It says subscribe. That's the channel. Okay, so you can actually hit subscribe right there. Boom. It's going to make me sign in because I did incognito window. So I'm like a ghost right now. But if you click subscribe, that enters you for the giveaway. I'm going to give away some books. Not all of them, but I'll give away some math books. Ron Clark, people that write better than me, I'm going to give away their books. But then if you see a rectangle right here, this is a YouTube video. These are both YouTube videos. Okay. Now, do you see this one right here? It's the square, but it's also got a number next to it. That is a playlist. So if you're going to teach on the American Revolution, when you search for that, you can find individual videos. Also, you can find playlists. Now, in your mind, you need to think a playlist is going to give me more content and it's going to break down the topics individually. Because if you're teaching American Revolution, you're probably not going to do that in one day. Although there are YouTube videos that summarize that entire war, you would probably want to break it down into multiple things. So you're probably going to be looking for a playlist. So that's it. Channel, video, playlist. There you go. Cool. And also, fun fact, these little photo right here, this is called a thumbnail. Just for you to have. That's just to keep. Store away in your little brain nugget right there. So if you subscribe to both of those, at the end, we're going to do a giveaway, and I'll mail you that stuff. There's another example of that. Here's a joke. It's a tweet. It says, my friend's toddler babbled, "Don't forget to subscribe," as he was put to bed. The kid watches so much YouTube, he thought that means goodbye. I'm serious. My kids, sometimes I'll be filming videos. My kids will walk in, and my youngest, he's 3, and he'll just go, "Don't forget to subscribe." And he he just thinks that's what you're supposed to say on video. So he'll say it like at any point in the video. It's not like I train him for that, but I also kind of like it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Any question? Do we have any questions? Anything anybody's thrown in there?
I mean, they're just commenting that they really like the idea of how you said to partner with another YouTuber or having that. I like that analogy where you said that you had that rapport with the math teacher and then she called you her math son. And a lot of people are commenting on that concept.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's great because here's the thing, like people always want to feel like they're a part of something like special. And so anytime you can build a community around that, those are the most successful YouTubers. And also I think classrooms, think of your classes.
Yeah.
Like even if you have multiple periods in a day, it's always the one that you kind of have the inside jokes with, you have a running dialogue. Those are the ones that feel more tight knit. And if you can do that around this, I think that can build a really cool connection with your students.
Cool.
So that's cool. Okay, so let's keep rolling. Let's see, monetization. Everybody, like every student ever wants to be a millionaire on YouTube. Like you ask what they want to be when they grow up, they want to be either an influencer on Instagram or a YouTuber, which who wouldn't? You get to make videos about things you care about and make money. If you want to know the price points, it's about a penny for every 350 views. So you got to get a lot of views to get paid. There you go. Yeah. So some people go for views on like uploads. I'm building out content. If people want to watch it, great. If not, it's there. But most of my views come from just stuff that's been made over the past 12 years. I've just got a large library that people use. So notifications, I do want to talk about that real quick. So if there's just because you subscribe to a channel does not mean you're going to get to see everything that they post. Okay. So let's do Yay Math. I'm subscribed to his channel. When he posts a video, YouTube tailors their views around their algorithm. So it's like they trust themselves and their algorithm more than they trust you and what you've subscribed to. So when you sign on to YouTube for the first time, it's going to tailor videos around stuff that you've watched, even above stuff you subscribe to. So I didn't mean to click on that. So if there's a YouTuber and you want to make sure you see every video they post, right next to subscribe, there's a little bell. If you click that, you can turn, this is called notifications. A lot of YouTubers, you'll hear them say, "Don't forget to subscribe, click the bell to get notifications." That's what they're talking about. You can choose to never get notified. You can choose for YouTube to choose when to give you push notifications or emails, or you can say, I want to see every single thing this person uploads. And that's when you turn that on at the top. So if it's a YouTuber you care about, turn that on and you'll get a push notification every time they upload a video. So
I like that.
There. Yeah, fun stuff. Good stuff. Good, clean fun. How am I doing on time? Way almost out? Cool. I'm going to hurry up. Okay. So we're talking about notifications. Playlists are awesome. Like I said, this is for curating. So you can do this with your videos, or you can do it with any video on the internet. So one of the things that is important to remember for playlists, it doesn't have to all be from the same channel, and it doesn't even have to just fit in one playlist. You can actually, like my slope-intercept formula video, I've got that in like 8 different playlists. Math basics, intro to algebra, intro to geometry, ACT prep. I've got it in all these playlists because it can apply to more than one. And so whenever you click playlists, you can go in and see. It's a great way to organize your content. And also, it is really good for searches. So if you make 10 videos on Benjamin Franklin, you can actually create a playlist called Benjamin Franklin. And then when people search Benjamin Franklin, they'll see channels, they'll see videos, and they'll see playlists. So you cannot have too many playlists. Whenever I taught math at our college, I would go in and I would find 8 or 9 videos on whatever the topic was I was going to teach the next day. And I would just put them all in a playlist. I'd go in and find 8 or 9 videos, put them in a playlist. Then I would post the link to that playlist in my Google Classroom. And I'd tell the students, I would say, hey guys, watch all of these videos, take notes. You're going to turn in your notes at the first of class. And then we're actually going to cover the content. So it's like a flipped classroom. Mm-hmm. And I'm choosing the content, organizing it, giving it to them. They review it. And then when they come into class, they've already got the content. You know, the thing that used to take like the first 30 minutes of every class of you presenting the content. Now I've got other people doing it. And then now I'm answering questions. So ideally, I could have given you guys this whole presentation beforehand. And then this whole thing could have been me just answering questions you got from the presentation. So it's a really cool way to do class. And my students really resonated with it.
Cool.
So also, there's a setting, and I've got a how-to video on this in those tutorials. You can actually have your students create the playlist. So you can start a playlist and call it, like I said, American Revolution. And then you can post that link in your Google Classroom. And then your students can go out and find all the videos, put them in the playlist, and then they're curating and making the content for you. One of my favorite quotes I heard was, whoever is doing the work is doing the learning. Yes. And so if we flip it and have them find all the content, they're doing the work, which means they're doing the learning and putting it together. And also, they're picking people they like. You don't have to guess on who you think they will like. They're choosing them and putting them in there. So, fun fact. Do what?
I said that was nice. I like that. I like having the students, create the playlist.
Oh, yeah. Anytime I can make the students do it, it activates a different part of their brain. Instead of them just being active listeners, they're actually having to be like the treasure hunter. They're going out to find those materials. And so I try to do that every chance I can. And then obviously I'm going to facilitate that because that's what teachers are supposed to do. And then I try to expand on it. But doing the basic research, I think, is always helpful. YouTube videos, where would you put them? So who use them? You can use them in Google Forms. Google owns YouTube, fun fact. So they want it to work within their platforms. So you can actually search within Google Forms on YouTube to insert videos. So like right here, I've got videos in this that I can search for within YouTube. And so I can put them directly in the Google Form link. So next one. Oh, this is a fun one. Do you guys have bell ringers where you are? You'll do bell ringers?
Yeah, they do.
Okay. So I know everybody's doing the remote learning right now. I still recommend doing like a daily bell ringer for all your classes because it's just a short 5 to 10 minute thing that students can do. And it's like, it builds up that routine. It's not like something random every day. So you post that in Classroom or whatever platform you're using. You can post it in there and then have them actually comment and discuss it with their classmates. So I'm gonna show you 2 examples. One's for math and one's for pretty much anybody. So I went in, and obviously there's other people that have done this as well, probably. I don't know. I don't know where they are, but I'm sure they've done it. So I went in and created essentially problem of the day, and they're 5-minute videos where I pick a problem. I tell the student to pause the video, and work the problem without me. And then after they work the problem, hit play. And then it's me walking through the problem and they walk through it with me. So it's like, I'm not just doing a problem, I'm tailoring it around my audience and where they might be watching it. And so that's the idea. So if you can find a YouTuber that connects with your students or has a lot of content, you could actually do those videos every single day and it becomes a routine for them.
Cool.
So that's for math. And I also did one for, and I would feel bad like saying, here's my stuff, but it's free. So like use it or don't, I'm not your boss. Here's another one. This is a quote of the day. And this one I've found is really good for curating discussion for students. So what you can do is you take a quote of the day video, I read a famous quote by somebody, and then I discuss my thoughts on it. And the idea would be you post in classroom every day, your students get in there, they view the video, they listen to me talk about it, and then they give their thoughts on it in the discussion, and they respond to each other. So it's curating conversation among your students based on this quote. And so that's the idea for it. And I think it's a great way to curate that conversation. So
I like that term, curating the conversation with the quote idea.
Thank you. Okay, I know we're almost out of time, so I'm going to kind of hit some high points and we can get out of here. But you've got this presentation. And also, if there's anything that you want me to elaborate on, just hit me up. Like, you can email me, tylertarver@gmail.com, or hit me up on any social media. I'm at Tyler Tarver. Hit me up and I'll explain it or whatever. I'll go into depth on anything that anybody cares about. But if you want to record your screen, if you have a Mac, QuickTime is really good. If you have an iPad or a phone, you can use Explain Everything. So those are good apps to like write on and do problems or examples on if you don't want to show your face. That way you can still wear your PJs. You know what I mean? So through here, I've used it for announcement videos when I was a principal. Super popular stuff on YouTube right now, all these things. And then when you're creating stuff, really, I'll be honest, if you're making a video, your phone is an awesome device to film and make videos. And I want to end with this because I know I'm out of time. If you are not making videos for your students right now, I really encourage it. Okay, get a phone, film yourself, and if it's just like a 2-minute welcome video, hey guys, I just want to say I hope you're being safe. I hope you're still learning at home. If you have any questions, let me know. I just want to encourage you today. Just say something that gives them value. Just tell them that you care about them. They connect with you even if it's on video. They don't have to see you face to face to connect with you. I want to encourage you to make your own videos. And now, if you don't want those videos to go out live to the world, that's okay. If you're using Google Classroom, you can actually create a video directly in Google Classroom that just stays in there for your audience, or you can make it on YouTube, and when you go to publish it, make it unlisted, not public, unlisted. And then you can paste that link in your class, and it's only visible to people that have the link, okay? So those are ways for it not to be public, but you can still make videos for your students, all right? And I've got videos on how to do that stuff. Just hit me up and I can send it to you, or I'll put links in descriptions, all that. So that's it. The rest of this presentation, it was great, okay? It was great, grand, and wonderful, and we don't have time for it, but it was really lovely. And I appreciate you letting me be a part of this. It was really cool. It was really cool.
Oh, no problem. I am so happy that you were able to do this today, Tyler. I know it really helped out a lot of people. I know a lot of us got many ideas because you think that you know YouTube, but just knowing the ins and outs and even that background knowledge that you have, I know that that's going to help out a lot of teachers. Okay, so thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That was really cool to be a part of this. Thank you, guys.
All right. Well, we'll wrap things up. And as Tyler said, if you haven't subscribed to his channel, please do that. You knew I would say it.
I appreciate it.
And again, reach out to him if you guys have any questions, or even if you want to shoot it to me, I can get it to Tyler because he's very happy to help anybody. All right. Thanks so much, everybody. That's the end of this broadcast.